Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here with me today as I go through 26 brands that start with the letter C to resell online. These are clothing brands. I'm a clothing reseller part-time, and I have been compiling a brands list for almost a year now, about the same time that I have been reselling. And I compiled all the brands that start with the letter C to make this list of 26 brands. Not every piece and every brand is going to do amazing, but these are brands to look out for over other brands. There are brands probably that I'm missing and lesser tier brands, but these brands are on my brands list, so I wanted to add them to your guys' brands list as well. First, we have the brand CW-X, spelled CW-X. I don't know if that stands for anything, but they sell women's and men's athletic clothing. I've never come across this brand in all of my thrifting, so maybe it's more rare to find. It is a more expensive athletic line. Next, we have the brand Canada Goose, spelled C-A-N-A-D-A, space G-O-O-S-E. And Canada Goose sells women's, men's, and kids' outerwear and shoes. Very expensive, extremely expensive. Some of their outerwear pieces range $500, I think, to over $1,000, and they sell sneakers and boots as well. Even the kids' clothing in Canada Goose is expensive. And for a lot of brands, the kids' clothing isn't worth reselling because they're smaller pieces and firsthand they don't cost as much. But Canada Goose, their kids' stuff is also equally expensive, a little less expensive, but still outrageously expensive. Next, we have the brand Carhartt, spelled C-A-R-H-A-R-T-T, two T's. For the longest time, I thought Carhartt was spelled C-A-R-H-A-R-R-T, but no, it's C-A-R-H-A-R-T-T. And Carhartt is a very trendy brand. Everyone knows about it. At least I feel like everyone knows about it. And they sell women's, men's, and kids' workwear / outerwear, plus basics. I feel like they sell everything under the sun when it comes to clothing, but I don't think that they sell shoes, and all of their pieces really aren't worth reselling. Some of their stuff firsthand isn't that expensive. I once found a men's button-up shirt at the Goodwill outlet that I bought because I thought that Carhartt button-up men's shirts were like 60 plus. That's how much they cost brand new, but they cost like $35 brand new. And so I did resell that for like $10 on Depop, and I only spent $1, so I did make money. But what really is the amazing pieces in Carhartt is the more substantial pieces like coats and jackets. And I know that their overalls are trendy too. Next, we have the brand Citron, spelled C-I-T-R-O-N. And Citron sells women's pretty prints and men's pretty prints. So I went onto their website and they had a lot of cool shirts. I can't remember if they had dresses too, but they had really, really cool, unique prints. Actually, when I was going onto the websites of a lot of these brands, I came across really cute pieces, but they were over $500, which I could never afford. But I see why there's a following now. A lot of things people buy just because of the brand, but a lot of things are so unique and beautiful and cool that you can only find at these really expensive high-end brands, such as Citron, that sells those really pretty prints and men's prints, not just women's, but I feel like their women's inventory is a lot bigger than their men's. Next, we have the brand Cino. It might be Kino, but I think it's Cino, spelled C-I-N-O. And Cino sells women's beachy / resort wear clothing. I tried to come up with one or two words that could encapsulate the fashion or style of the brand. So I decided that Cino mostly reminded me of like beachy resort wear clothing, mature, probably has lots of linen and cotton in their clothing. Didn't check on that, but that's what I'm assuming. Next, we have the brand Cloak, spelled C-L-O-A-K, like a cloak that you wear. And Cloak sells men's and women's graphics and sportswear. So they had a lot of really cool graphics and sportswear, which in turn could also be streetwear, because graphics mixed with sportswear, I feel like, makes streetwear. Next, we have the brand Crea Concept, might be Crea Concept, but that is spelled C-R-E-A space C-O-N-C-E-P-T. CEPT. And Korea Concept is a women's Parisian label. On one of their websites, they had a saying that said pairing elegance with urban culture. So that might give you an idea of what their clothing looks like. Next, we have the brand Commando, which I feel like is such a funny name. It's spelled Commando, and it's honestly the perfect name and so funny because they sell men's and women's intimates, really high quality intimates. I don't think it's just underwear. I think they also sell undershirts and stuff. At least that's what one of the models looked like she was wearing when I first went onto the website. She was wearing like a tight, sheerish blue shirt, which I wouldn't really consider underwear. Next, we have the brand Keurig Dawn. I wrote it down originally in my brands list as Keurig Dong for some reason, but it is Keurig Dawn. Might be saying that incorrectly, but that is spelled Carraig space Donn. And this brand sells women's clothing, jewelry, accessories, and homeware. So they've got it all covered, at least for women. For men, if you want Keurig Dawn clothing for yourself, you are out of luck. Next, we have the brand Cult of Individuality, spelled CULT space OF space INDIVIDUALITY. Individuality is a very long word. But anyway, Cult of Individuality sells men's and women's graphics, as well as unique clothing, kind of like, what was the other brand that did the sportswear and graphics? So Cloak and Cult of Individuality kind of sells similar stuff. They have the same kind of niche going on. Next, we have the brand Canali, spelled CANALI, and they sell men's very high-end clothing, very expensive. The man on the website's front page looked like he was about to whisk you away somewhere. He was dressed all tailored and nice. And I do believe they only sell men's clothing. So a men's exclusive clothing shop at Canali. Next, we have the brand Carmen Marc Valvo. That is spelled CARMEN space MARC space VALVO. And Carmen Marc Valvo sells women's swimsuits / formal wear. It was actually kind of hard to come across Carmen Marc Valvo's website. I saw on the shop section of Google lots of formal wear for sale, but then as I scrolled down a little bit, I came across a Carmen Marc Valvo. I don't know if it was their website, but a different website was selling Carmen Marc Valvo swimsuits. So I'm just putting it out there that they may sell swimsuits, formal wear, or both. But do your own research into that more if you're curious about that brand. Next, we have the brand Citizens of Humanity, spelled CITIZENS space OF space HUMANITY. And Citizens of Humanity is a men and women's denim, jeans, and shorts clothing. So they sell jeans essentially and denim shorts. I don't think I came across any pants from Citizens of Humanity. I do believe that they exclusively sell denim bottoms, jeans, and denim shorts. Next, we have the brand Kate. So my name, but spelled very interestingly, spelled like a Utah mom would, if you know what I mean. Spelled CAITE. I don't even know if it's pronounced Kate like KATE, but it is Kate, and they sell women's boho clothing. Actually, my last thrift trip, not the one I did today, but my last haul that I did here on this channel, when I was thrifting, I came across a Kate piece, and I didn't think it was that cute, so I left it, but it was definitely a woman's boho. Next, we have the brand Cynthia Ashby. I feel like I come across Cynthia Rowley a lot, and they sometimes have nice material makeup in their clothes, so I'll pick them up. But that is different from Cynthia Ashby, spelled CYNTHIA space ASHBY. And their clothing is women's login looking clothing, kind of peasanty vibes, boho, but not boho with nice prints, just boho in the sense of loose clothing. And their dresses were cute. I think they also sell jumpsuits, and I wanted what was selling, but again, $200 plus, couldn't afford that. Next, we have the brand Chico's, spelled CHICO''S. And Chico's reminds me of a teacher chic, kind of reminds me of what a teacher would wear, or I would describe it as cute, mature. And I come across Chico's all the time. Really, I feel like it's only worth picking up if you have a larger size, so like large or extra large plus. And I feel like it has to be a more substantial piece or have a really cool pattern, very unique. I came across a Chico's 100% silk red blouse vintage today at the thrift store, and I didn't buy it because it was $9. And for Chico's, you're only gonna get like 15 to 25, honestly. Within this week, actually, I sold 2 Chico's sweaters, just plain sweaters, both for like $15, which isn't the greatest, but I bought them both for $1 at a garage sale. So I bought one for $1 and the other for $1. So $2 into $30 is pretty great. Just really depends when it comes to Chico's. Definitely something that I come across all the time, but it really depends on the piece. I don't write it out completely because there are things in Chico's worth picking up in my opinion. Next, we have the brand Carbon to Cobalt. And I don't know about this brand, honestly. It is a more expensive brand. They sell men's and women's beachy coastal clothing. I actually have a pair of Carbon to Cobalt linen blend pants in my stores online, but I don't know. I haven't really heard any other resellers talk about Carbon to Cobalt, and their sell-through rate on eBay wasn't very good. I mean, it wasn't terrible, and they were selling for a good $20 to $30, the men's shirts, but I think it does better in the men's department, and I don't know, honestly, too much about this brand. Do your own research, but Carbon to Cobalt is spelled CARBON space 2 space COBALT. The way that it looks, the company name on their store and on their clothing tags looks like it's all one word because they're so close together, and I don't know if that's intentional, but it's like Carbon to Cobalt. It's like one word. The words are either squished together or it is one word. Next, we have the brand Coogi Australia, spelled COOGI space AUSTRALIA, and I just call it Coogi, not Coogi Australia, even though it is Coogi Australia. They have vintage Coogi, which is very desirable, but Coogi sells men's, women's, kids, and home stuff like decorative pillows that are colorful, unique, a lot of knit, kind of remind me of like dreads, but colorful dreads on sweaters, skirts, and home decor like pillows. I didn't look at their kids' stuff, but I know what their men's, women's, and now their decorative pillows look like. If you ever come across a Coogi decorative pillow, which I feel like is a very rare and probably not going to happen. Next, we have the brand Chinty and Parker, spelled CHINTI space AND space PARKER. And Chinty and Parker sells women's simple and cute clothing. That's the best way I could describe it. Simple and cute. All right, we have a few more brands left. We have the brand Coolabar. I think that's such a fun, interesting thing to say. It's spelled COOLIBAR, and Coolabar sells men's clothing, women's clothing, kids' clothing, and accessories. And Coolabar, kind of the way the cool in Coolabar reminds me of the beach, the sun, and true to their name, they sell swimsuits and clothing with UPF, either 50 plus, I think it's UPF 50 plus, but clothing with sun protection in mind. So Coolabar, and then we have Corey Lynn Coulter, spelled COREYNNCALTER, and Corey Lynn Coulter is a anthropology brand. I think Corey Lynn Coulter is the most beautiful name. If this was named after a real woman, you got blessed with the most beautiful sounding name, girl. Corey Lynn Coulter, because it's from anthropology, they don't sell men's clothes, they sell women's clothing, and the best way I would describe it is like a kindergarten teacher, something I would imagine a kindergarten teacher wearing, or someone who has a really bright, colorful sense of fashion. Next, we have the brand Corky's, spelled CORKYS, and Corky's is a women's footwear brand. I don't know a whole ton about the market for this. I know that some of their shoes firsthand don't sell for a ton, and then others of their shoes do sell for a little bit more, brand new. Don't know a whole ton about this brand. Do your own research, but keep Corky's in mind on your brands list. Next, we have the brand Chiara Boni, spelled CHIARA space BONI. And Chiara Boni is a women's formal wear brand, very expensive formal wear. Formal wear, in my opinion and in my experience, sells slower than all other clothing, unless it's like May or April, because that's when wedding season is and people are prepping for wedding season. I had a lot of good, even March too, I feel like I had a lot of good formal wear sales. But yeah, Chiara Boni is women's formal wear. Next, we have the brand Claire V, spelled C-L-A-R-E space V period. Claire V sells women's bags, clothing, accessories, and Claire V kind of reminded me of an expensive Old Navy. I was looking at their clothing, and their clothing looked like stuff that Old Navy sells, but just with a much higher price tag. That's the best way I could describe that. All right, 2 more brands. We have the brand Camilla, spelled C-A-M-I-L-L-A, and Camilla sells women's, men's, kids' clothing and accessories. Their clothing has really unique patterns, beautiful patterns, really, really pretty stuff. The women's blouses were just breathtaking, but I think they were over like $500. So not in my price range, maybe one day if I ever become a billionaire, but not until that day. Next, we have the brand Cotopaxi, the last brand for you guys today. And Cotopaxi is spelled C-O-T-O-P-A-X-I, and Cotopaxi, I think they're known for their bags. They sell all kinds of bags, so fanny packs, backpacks. I think they even have like tote bags. They also sell outerwear. And then on top of that, they sell women's and men's clothing of all different sorts, but I think they're known for their bags and outerwear. With that said, that is all the 26 brands I have for you guys today. Hopefully I didn't talk too fast. When I get going, but I am pretty good at articulating what I say and articulating my words. Keep in mind that all of these brands, I would say 95% of them, I have never come across ever. And I have been reselling for almost a year, and I go thrifting at a ton of different places around where I live. And there are a ton of different thrift stores, and I come across Chico's, Carbon to Cobalt, Corky's, Carhartt, Portland Culture. But don't feel bad if you guys don't find these brands. They are harder to come across. I mean, brand new, they sell for so much. And so I feel like if someone knows what they have, they're probably going to try to resell it themselves, because these are a lot of nice brands. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you guys being here. I hope you learned some things, learned even one brand, because that is important for reselling. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully. Bye!